Hi, I'm James Tager. I'm Research Director at PEN America, and I'm here to talk about our analysis of Project 2025. Project 2025 views itself as a pro-free speech document. So we took a look to decide if that was actually true. And the truth is, this is an anti-free speech document. Here are 4 key threats Project 2025 poses to the freedoms to learn, read, and teach. Number 1. Project 2025 wants to define LGBTQ+ content as porn and treat librarians like criminals. Project 2025 is upfront about its intent to equate LGBTQ+ content with pornography and to make it a crime to make such content accessible. Earlier this year, we saw an investigation against librarians in Texas, examining what they offer to students and trying to treat them as criminals. This is that exact proposal, turbocharged and on a potential national level. This is wildly irresponsible rhetoric that puts librarians and teachers at risk. Number 2, Project 2025 promotes laws to turbocharge censorship. Over the past several years, we've seen state after state after state pass educational gag orders that restrict what can be talked about in the classroom. This plan proposes doing the same thing at the federal level. In the foreword, they write that so-called critical race theory and gender ideology poison our children and should be removed from public schools. The result of these laws on a state level have been to chill education about slavery, racism, or white supremacy, and to facilitate the ban on thousands of books that touch on race, sexuality, and gender. Number 3, Project 2025 would use parental rights rhetoric to target specific ideas in education. Project 2025 proposes that the next administration pass a federal Parents' Bill of Rights and impose other parental rights protections. Now, in practice, that actually means giving censorship-minded advocates tools to impose their views on what they think children should learn. Not just their children, but all the children in their kids' classroom or in the community more broadly. This isn't parental rights for all. This is parental rights for some, and the watering down of our children's education. Number 4, Project 2025 would strip away the guardrails against ideological takeover of state colleges and universities. Project 2025 targets state colleges and universities, firstly, by proposing to significantly alter the accreditation system. Accreditation agencies are nonprofit, professional institutions that establish standards for higher education. The Heritage Foundation thinks that these agencies are too concerned with diversity, equity, and inclusion. So they want to give states the power to appoint their own accreditation agencies, essentially giving state politicians the power to appoint their own watchdogs. This may sound like a bureaucratic footnote, but the goal is to chip away at one of higher education's primary defenses against ideological control. Project 2025 also goes after the Office of Civil Rights with the Department of Education, a federal civil rights watchdog. The Heritage Foundation envisioned this step as only part of its much broader vision to quote-unquote reform the education system in the United States. But this specific focus on defanging the Office of Civil Rights is clearly intended to remove yet another of the guardrails preventing state actors, state politicians, from imposing their ideological preferences on state colleges and universities. This would hand governors who have built their political brand on attacking higher education, like Florida's Ron DeSantis, total ideological control over higher education in their state. If you've seen what Ron DeSantis has done in Florida, it's clear that the end result of this will only hurt the freedom to learn and to teach at the college level. To read our full analysis and to join us in the fight against educational censorship, head to www.pen.org.